right, please continue to enjoy the fellowship around the tables. Just wanted to give you a warning. We're going to start in 5 minutes. We're going to start our program in 5 minutes. So once again, the reminder, we have coffee in the back. Be a perfect time for a great cup of coffee right about now. And again, restrooms are out this door and to your left, or out these doors and around to your right. We're going to start the program in 5 minutes. Yes, ma'am. let's go ahead and get started. If I could have your attention, please. We'll get started with our formal program tonight, but thank you so much for enjoying the fellowship around the tables. That is so important. Again, we want to thank your table host for inviting each of you tonight. We want to thank each of you for accepting that invitation and being a part of what we believe will be a very, very exciting and inspiring night, learning more about the Hope Center and the work that's being done here, not only in Cherokee County, but in all of metropolitan Atlanta. As you know, probably from reading the magazine, we really reach out beyond just Woodstock, Canton, Cherokee County. We actually reach into Atlanta, and that's been an exciting change over the years as we've had the ICU mobile and the ability to go and take the Hope Center to the highways and byways all around metropolitan Atlanta. I do want to once again thank a couple of folks tonight and ask you if you would share your applause with Doug Foley and Center Cut Catering. They handled the buffet lines tonight and the wonderful dinner. We so appreciate that. And by the way, I think, Cindy, that was the best buffet line processional that I've ever seen in all of the years that we've been doing these banquets. We used to worry about how that was going to go. We brought in engineers from NASA. They had schematic drawings and blueprints and all of that. I think at some point there was radioactive activity here in the room, and we just had to be careful about how we set it all up. I think the secret, we have come up with the secret. We know what we're doing here. That is allowing folks to go ahead and move on into the buffet line as they arrive. Do you like that? Is that a good thing? Okay. I heard several people say, I like the fact that they're letting us just move right into the buffet line. One gentleman outside said, I wish they had a drive-through window. But other than that, I think we're hitting pretty good on the buffet part of the dinner. And it was delicious, and we hope you continue to enjoy. We do have coffee in the back, and again, I want to thank our friends from Circle of Friends, Coffee with a Purpose. They're serving up the coffee back in the back, and we appreciate them as well. And just everyone who was here tonight. You probably had a chance as you were coming in the lobby to hear from a lot of our advocates and supporters who work with the Hope Center. Hopefully you had an opportunity to share with them and to hear a little bit about what they're doing. What we want to do now is share with you what's happening at the Hope Center, and happens on a daily basis right across the street in an amazing place that we call the Hope Center and Seeds, and then ICU Mobile. Amazing work, and we're going to highlight that for you now. As I'm flipping through the Bible, I noticed something when it comes to Jesus and his miracles and the invitation that we have to come and see. You know, the Bible constantly talks about come and see what God has done. So the first invitation is to come and see. But it's very, very clear something that stands out to me, and that is it doesn't end there. It's not just coming and seeing the great things that God has done. There are three more words that generally follow those instructions. Do you know what those words are? Go and tell. And that's what we want you guys to do tonight. We need advocates for the Hope Center. We need supporters, obviously. We're going to be talking about the role that you can play in making the Hope Center successful in what they're doing year in and year out. But the key is to continue to tell the story. And we are living in a fascinating time right now. Wouldn't you agree? When it comes to celebrating life and the pro-life movement, we are in an amazing time. We are in the post-Roe, Georgia, that you've heard a lot about. We're in the post-Dobbs, Georgia. That's post. All of that is behind us now. Can you believe that we're actually saying Roe versus Wade is behind us now, overturned, and all of the work that is going on with that? It's amazing. We are living in the time of the heartbeat bill in the state of Georgia, which I'm very, very proud of. So it would be easy to be sitting here tonight with great intentions and great support for the Hope Center and say to myself, well, maybe they don't really need my support now. It seems like the battle's won. It seems like the fight is over. It's all behind us now. But in reality, we know that the Hope Center and Seeds and the ICU Mobile will actually be needed more now than it was 6 months ago. I know that's kind of hard to believe, but I think as we go through tonight, you're going to understand better and learn how it really is going to be a very, very challenging time, and yet God in his sovereignty has laid out a plan of giving us a successful operation here at the Hope Center that's ready for the challenge. And so God will never give us anything that he's not going to lead us through. He always says that if God will lead you to it, he will lead you through it. He will equip you to do what needs to be done. And so, yeah, there are a lot of things going on. And it's exciting and dynamic and all of that. But I have huge hopes for the Hope Center because I know that they're first and foremost, they soak everything in prayer. And they look to Jesus and they look to the Holy Spirit to lead them day by day by day in celebrating life and celebrating hope. So tonight's a great night to do that, and I am so glad that over 700 of you are here for this very special evening. The Hope Center provides for women and families choosing life in the event of an unplanned pregnancy. So many different services that continue not only through the pregnancy, but through the child's second birthday. I don't know if I realized that or not until just recently, but through the child's second birthday. So if you haven't had a chance to tour the ICU Mobile, if you haven't had a chance to stop by the Hope Center, or maybe stop by the table tonight, please do so. They would love to give you a tour, show you what goes on in the Hope Center. It's very, very impressive. One of the top goals of this banquet is to give you a greater understanding of the incredible work that the Hope Center is doing. And to help move us toward that goal, I always look forward to this because this is exciting. This is our update from our executive director, now in her 16th year of directing the Hope Center. Would you help me welcome Cindy O'Leary to come and give us an update?
Thank you, Reg, and it is so great to be here. I wrote down, "We're here." That's how I want to start my update for you. And you're here because we prayed for you, and we prayed that God would have the people that he wanted to be here. So he answers prayer. We know this, but sometimes it's good to get that assurance. We decided on our banquet theme long before the Supreme Court handed down their historic decision. And as Reg said, it's worth repeating. We're in a post-Roe, post-Dobbs, present heartbeat bill, Georgia, gathered together, and it seems like a moment to really celebrate and praise God. Join me. I'm right in sync with Reg that we kind of have a threefold purpose for this evening, and that is for the Lord to get the glory that he deserves, because he has birthed and sustained and flourished this ministry for over 30 years. And so that is goal number one. He gets the glory. And then number two, for those of you who have been involved, are currently involved with the Hope Center, to express our gratitude and say thank you. You know, sometimes we'll invite someone, they'll say, well, I'm already involved. No, that's the point. We want you to be a part of the celebration. But we're also glad, for those who may just be being introduced to the ministry, that you have a chance to hear about what goes on and how you may be inspired to be a part of it. To His Hands Church, to Center Cut Catering and Circle of Friends. We are so grateful for your hospitality and for your service this evening. And there are some individuals both within and surrounding the ministry that we want to recognize and celebrate this evening. From within the ministry, and I know this may be a bit of a challenging request, and I realize the lights are down, but it still feels very important. I'd like to ask the following individuals to stand and remain standing. If you'll please hold your applause, we will give them the ovation they deserve once they've all come to their feet. First of all, our governing board members and our volunteers in all areas. Please stand. The Hope Center, Options Medical, Seeds Thrift Boutique, and ICU Mobile. I don't see a lot of movement. Okay, here we go. And last, our staff. I'd like you to join them in standing, and a special shout out to Laura, Lizzie, and Anne-Marie, who have been weeks in preparation, all things banquet. Please join me in celebrating these individuals who helped the ministry flourish. Well, as these VIPs are being seated, I'd like to recognize two other groups of individuals from perhaps some of the most intense environments in our culture today, church and state. So I'd like to ask the pastors that are present this evening and the pro-life legislators, if you'll please stand to your feet and let us honor and recognize you as well. And finally, without requiring you to stand, I want to thank the table hosts. You serve as our ambassadors, and really your invitations are the reasons we have so many gathered this evening. So we are very grateful, and we'd like you to take the floral arrangement on the table as a gift to express our gratitude to you this evening. So thank you so much, table hosts. 79 strong. And we're so proud to have among our table hosts this evening a mother and daughter who have served the Hope Center for a number of years, several years actually, and who are both flown to the state of Texas and honored as the Volunteers of the Year for 40 Days for Life International. In their zealous support for life, they run not just the two 40-day campaigns, but a 365-day prayer-soaked, loving presence vigil at the Marietta Planned Parenthood. Please join me in expressing appreciation to Suzanne and Rachel Guy. They're both table hosts at different tables. And please be sure to visit their table in the back as you're leaving this evening, 40 Days for Life, and live life, initiatives, and values. This is a ministry that Suzanne founded, and it's a church-based ministry to really support the local pregnancy centers near the churches and to help the church stand strong for life. So please be sure and visit their table. And then one other guest we'd like to recognize at this time, and that is, if you can believe it, we have the author of the Heartbeat Bill with us this evening, Representative Ed Setzler. We are grateful. For so many who can't yet speak their thanks to you, Ed, we say it and we thank you. By show of hands, how many of you believe that we can together impact decisions for life in our local geography? Beautiful. Well, I know that decisively and have the delight of sharing with you a few videos of beautiful examples of the proof of that impact. The first example began with a pregnancy test 30 years ago at the Hope Center. It is so evident that God was and is in this unfolding story of life that I know you'll be blessed in seeing it. Aaron's story.
Aaron, can you express what you were feeling at the time that you found out you were pregnant?
Very scared.
We were having some infertility issues for a few years and been praying through all that and thought that God was leading us to pursue adoptions.
I was 16, so I was scared and did not know what to do.
So we just said to the Lord if He wanted us to adopt, then He would bring a baby into our lives that we knew He had for us.
The biggest pressure I got from the people that in my life was to get the abortion, and I did not feel comfortable with that. That led me on the journey of trying to pray through what I felt like the Lord wanted me to do in the situation because I had gotten myself in a mess.
As we prayed, we heard about a girl who's pregnant through my sister.
So it took me about 4.5 weeks and I landed on adoption.
Heard from Aaron, and that's the story that we're sharing today.
I mean, I was told several times by people I was about to ruin my life. Why was I doing what I was doing? Then the Hope Center came along.
Yeah, I've been practicing adoption law for about 28 years. I can tell you it's been 28 years because Jordan is 29 years old and I started about a year after we adopted him. We saw the benefits of the adoption in our life, in our family, and that is something that I wanted to share and provide to other people.
After the adoption took place, that's where the Hope Center really was huge for me because they walked me through all of the stages that I went through after letting him go.
Jeannie, how are you feeling the day that Jordan and Aaron met?
So we were really excited for that day and for the two of them to meet because they were both very special to us.
I think I grew up knowing around the age of 18, I was gonna feel like I'm able to meet her. And it took me until about 5 years after that to actually write an email and take that step.
And we are now 30 years past 1992 almost, and there's a whole beautiful story on the other side of mine. This is just the beginning of it.
We have developed a relationship that we never dreamed we'd have.
And looking back, I will have to say that I conduct a lot of my adoptions very similar to how we did a Jordan's adoption.
It's been amazing to learn about how the story was unfolding before I was even present on this earth, knowing that God is at the center of their lives and has been since the beginning of our story.
God has just been so amazing through the whole process.
Without the Hope Center, honestly, I wouldn't be looking at the people I'm looking at in this room right now, so.
I feel like there's like a well of joy in my heart.
It's just been amazing.
I'm delighted to share with you that as of August 16th, Aaron came on staff as one of the client advocates on our ICU mobile team. And we have the pleasure of the company of Aaron and Jordan, Jeannie and Scott. Scott couldn't make it this evening, but extended family and friends, and we are so grateful for you. Jordan actually produced the video of their beautiful story. So thank you. Please be sure and take one of the Because of Hope magazines home with you this evening. It's just impossible to share in one evening as much as we'd like to, but you'll find within that stories of moms and dads and babies and volunteers and just too much to leave behind. So we'd love for you to take that with you. Among the articles is a decade worth of statistics. One of my favorite is that in that decade reported, we had 190 decisions to follow Christ among the clients that we served at the Hope Center. We're so excited about the future the Lord is opening before us. For those of you who were here last year, you may remember that we were planning to open a satellite in Atlanta. Well, after 2 years of prayer and pursuit of the appropriate location, we came to the realization that it wasn't the Lord's timing for that. However, over the next 90 days, I know you can't see this, but it's a prop. And over the next 90 days, we'll be building out the suite next door to the Hope Center. And it will provide us an opportunity for program expansion. Some of the things that we're looking to do include greater community for our single moms and offering life skills classes, budgeting and money management, and also we'll be building out a few more offices. Subsequent to the Roe decision, we have seen at the center an increased need, as Reg mentioned, for referrals and for resources. And so in 2023, we'd like to hire a social work specialist to be a part of the team. And so we're really excited that this will give us a chance to expand and just feel like when the Lord's timing is right, we'll build up the mobile support system around it for the ensuing time, and then when the Lord's timing is right, it'll be time for that Atlanta clinic. We'll also be able to offer this space for some of our partners, including our post-abortion ministry teams, if they'd like, and that would be the Lamb to Lion and Healing Hearts, and for the single mom support groups, Embrace Grace and Embrace Life. So we just are really excited. His hands has been so gracious, and when we needed a room bigger than we had at the Hope Center, we could come over here, but we pictured using this on a more regular basis. And so we're excited. And with that financial need, we're also excited to share that we have some generous donors that have provided a $30,000 matching grant for those who decide to become new monthly supporters, whom we refer to as Life Champions. And Reg will be sharing that a little bit later this evening. One of the hallmarks of the Hope Center ministry is the fact that we do continue our support through a child's second birthday. And our last video of the evening captures the story of Kiana, K-Twan, and Caden. Watch with me, and then help me welcome them to the stage. We really wanted you to hear from K-Twan about his experience with our Men of Hope program.
Kiana, can you express what you were feeling at the time that you found out you were pregnant?
I was scared. I felt hopeless. I felt like my world was coming to an end. At the time, I was 20. I felt like I was pretty young to be having a child. I experienced a lot of outside pressures telling me to get an abortion. An abortion was never, ever, 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 ever on my mind. Telling me that he's too young, we're too young, and a baby's not going to keep us together. Which is true, but that's not why I was keeping my child. And the people that I was living with, just in my ear saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Is this the right decision you're making?" I felt like I was making the right decision for my son and me and my sake. I had to go to this free clinic. Like, they seen that I was crying. I was so emotional. Like, she looked me right in my face and said, "Yeah, I could tell. It's okay." And then she was like, "I'm going to give you my phone number." We went on lunch, and she told me about the Hope Center and how much y'all helped her so much. They gave me a car seat, a crib. I don't even know how I was going to afford any of that. She showed me that if you put in the work, we got your back. I received guidance, therapy. My girl Kim.
Kiana, tell us about your relationship with Kim, your advocate here at the Hope Center. And Kim, tell us about your relationship with Kiana.
Oh my goodness.
I'm afraid I'll cry.
I'm gonna cry. When I first met her, she was like, my name is K and K. And I was like, oh my goodness, I love her already.
I love her. She's made a difference in my life. She's somebody that I look forward to seeing, every single time that I know I get to see her every couple weeks.
She's like a second mother to me. We done had some deep conversation.
I just think she's one of the greatest things that's come out of this for me. I love the Hope Center for a million different reasons, but this place gave me Kiana and our friendship.
I really want to say I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all have changed, and it's not just mine. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of other people, even people like with adoption and all that. I really want to say I really thank y'all, and I appreciate everything that y'all do. Seriously, from deep down in my heart, and I just want to give y'all a big old hug. But yes, thank you so much. I love the Hope Center.
For those of you who may not have met Laura Hagler yet, she is our Community Engagement Director, and Laura and K-Twan and Kiana are going to come up and share a few words.
That's their first time to see this video. Can you hear me okay? It's the first time to see this video. Am I on, Alex? I'll use this one. Well, this is K-Twan, this is Kiana, and yeah. So I've had the privilege of getting to know this precious little couple. It's their first time to see the video, and Kiana and I had a great time putting it together. And of course, Caden, he's here tonight with a babysitter. And they're going to have a little girl named Kaylee, and Kaylee is due in February. So I had an opportunity to get to know K-Twan a little bit on the phone, and I wanted him to share his side of the story. So with our previous conversation, I want you to share a little bit about what your reaction was when you found out that Kiana was pregnant.
Can you hear me? Okay. So at first, when she told me she was pregnant, I thought it was just a joke. I thought it was maybe just like one of those pranks, And then she came and she showed me the actual birth. She showed me the ultrasound, and I seen the baby moving, and I was just so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta tell my parents. I gotta tell everyone about this, and I was so young. I had mixed emotions going all around. Yeah. I was so scared.
You were scared. Yeah, I can imagine. So tell us a little bit about the highlights of the Hope Center for you.
So when I first started joining the Hope Center, I had the chance of working with Bill Marquette, and at first I was so closed in. I wasn't so used to just showing emotion because, as a man, some of men can agree with me. You know, you're taught to be strong. You're taught to always keep your head up. You don't really hear too much about men opening up and being emotional. So when I got the chance to open up to Bill, he just made me feel comfortable. He treated me like family. I would call him like in the middle of the night if I had to, like, Bill, I need help. I got a question. I'm just going through it right now. I could cry on his shoulder if I needed to. Any other time, he would always be there for me. We talked a lot about the Bible, and being with God, it really transferred my whole life around, because I was going down the wrong path at first, and he and my Hope Center people, they really showed me like home. They showed me a family, and I enjoyed every single moment of everything I had.
Thank you so much. Bill Merkel is here tonight, and he is part of the Men of Hope. We have a Men of Hope program, so we love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We celebrate you. We celebrate your life, and we just are so glad you're here tonight. God bless y'all.
Beautiful. Well, before we welcome this evening's keynote speakers, I want to recognize one more individual whose story is also in our magazine. Martha Fowler, at 93 years of age, has found a unique way of contributing to the Hope Center. In an article entitled Handmade Blessings for Heaven's Blessings, you'll discover that Martha has made more than 185 blankets and burp cloths for our baby blessing bags. Please help me thank Martha, who's here with her extended family, for her gift of love to those we serve. Thank you, Martha. I'm looking for you, Martha. Thank you. And now, after just a brief introduction, I want to bring our keynote speaker to the stage. I was drawn in at our meeting at the National CareNet conference last year, and our governing board felt that the combination of humor and generosity that exudes from him may be just the thing for our 2022 banquet. And here we are, God's gift to us and our gift to you. Please welcome Derrick Tennant to the stage.
Thank you. Yeah, I know I'm trouble. I make you move everything. All right. Thank you, friends. How about a round of applause for our friends here? So, Mark Twain once said, I wonder how much it would cost to purchase a soap bubble if there was only one in the history of the world. Mark Twain was weird. But I love the way he thought. Think about it. What if there was only one soap bubble ever, right? Just get your head around it. It would be at the Smithsonian, right? Behind like 8 inches of glass. You could buy a t-shirt that says, I saw the soap bubble, right? You turn on the TV, it's like the Bachelorette soap bubble edition. Are you guys with me? I mean, think of the price of one soap bubble. It's impossible, right? We all know, friends, that there are trillions of soap bubbles, right? But listen, there is only one you. And there's only one Jordan. And there's only one Caden. There's only one of every person that walks through the doors of that beautiful place called Hope. Do you realize because you're here tonight, because this is happening in the next hour, or the hour that we've been here tonight, because of this evening, there is going to be, this is not debatable, there is going to be feet on this earth that wouldn't have been here. Isn't that crazy? I mean, you get to be a part of that. There's going to be lives changed and lives saved because you're here tonight. That's not debatable. That's not something we're trying to manipulate. That's going to happen at a minimum because you're here. Man, are we blessed to be here or what? Just clap again for the Hope Center, man. And for this. I'm blessed to speak all over the world. I do different events. I do comedy events, whatever. And when I get to an event that I care about, that has meaning, I ask God to give me a word when I get to the place and spend some time with the people in the place. And the word I've got here is excellence. Man, this place does things. And I've done a lot of these, okay? Just look at this evening, the room, the food, the people, the video. Awesome job, Jordan. This is excellent. Man, you guys are blessed to be connected with an organization that does things with excellence. And not only that, it results in what? Life. Who gets to do that, man? You get to do that. Now you're looking at me like I thought this guy was funny. I can't get up here and not talk about that stuff, sorry. But as you heard, my name is Derrick Tennant, okay? And I only have 7 shirts. All right, that took a long time, Georgia. Half of you are like, I wonder what the other ones say. The people down front are like, when did Michael Keaton hurt his leg? That's who it is, right? Beetlejuice. I'm not Batman, but I did walk funny. Look, I'll get it out of the way right in the front. My left side is paralyzed. I can't use half of my body, but I got a great life, man. I love my life. And I love that I get to work with churches and believers a lot, and that's awesome. But I get a lot of advice too, you know. Can I just say I love Jesus? I don't always love Christians. Is that okay? You're gonna clap for that? People are like, you should look on the bright side. Really? I look on the right side. I'll say look, you say on the right side. Ready? Look. That's awesome, exactly. You guys can do this too. For me, I still can't use my left arm. But friends, I lived in a wheelchair for a long time, and I'm not in a wheelchair anymore. That's pretty, thank you. That's awesome. I'm actually glad you guys are clapping. Yeah, because I can't. Really? Do we want that? I could do that the whole time. I mean, think about it. If I was the Karate Kid, I only got to wax on. I was in Alaska 2 weeks ago. I caught a fish. I did, seriously. It was this big. So as you can see, we go dancing, you do the YMCA, and all I got is LOL. Are you guys there? I'm glad you're lighting up a little bit, because if I'm totally transparent with you, sometimes I feel left out. But I'm all right. It's not gonna stop, man. It's not gonna stop, that's right. Friends, we can all have an opportunity to look on the right side. Let's say it again, look. Especially when you're connected to a God that created everything, makes no mistakes, and made you. That's awesome, right? And made every person that goes through the doors of this amazing place called Hope Center. That's unbelievable, man. We get to be a part of this tonight. And having a positive attitude doesn't mean everything in your life is all of a sudden going to be easy, right? That's not the way it works, right? My life isn't easy. I still have struggles in my life. I drive all over this great country, but I can park anywhere I want. Except apparently in Woodstock. Does anybody here not have a blue sticker? Like what? I'm just serious. It's cool, man. I think half of you are still stuck on the shirt thing. Friends, listen. Right? Not only do I have 7 shirts, friends, I only have 7 shirts. Everything I own in my life fits into a suitcase. I don't have a house. I don't have an apartment. I travel full time. My motto is live simply, love wastefully. Seriously, check my Instagram. It's 14 sleeves. Sorry, no math jokes. I got it. All right, that's cool. But I love my life, man. I'm blessed. It's just how I choose to live simply, and we can all live simply. You don't have to get rid of your stuff. But I get a lot of questions. People are like, dude, what do you do when you go somewhere cold? Why would I go anywhere cold? That doesn't make any sense. I was at a college, this kid comes running up there to show, he's like, you're awesome, dude. He goes, how do you know which shirt to wear? I told him they were color-coded. He goes, cool. Like, I don't know what he thought that meant. That doesn't make any sense, but that's cool. But, and I seriously, 2017 is when I decided to do this. I donated everything I owned, and it's just how I choose to live, and I love it. It's beautiful for me, right? But I'll be honest, there's some things I didn't think through, because I just decided to do it. For example, this is my only pair of jeans. I know, I'll admit that can get a little awkward at the laundromat. Oh, no. Now every woman in here, no, you just thought this. You're like, I wonder if his underwear says that too, right? But that's ridiculous. My underwear says October, November, December. And I'm a dude, so they're reversible. You know what I'm talking about, man? I only got 6 pair. I'm just serious, man. It's cool. You got to be positive, and everyone can be positive, right? You can look on the right side, especially when we got a God that loves you, makes no mistakes, right? One of my friends, and I don't know, like, he's blind. Honestly, I don't know if I'd be motivational Derrick if I was blind. I don't know how I'd handle that. I really don't. But this kid is so positive. And you might know, when someone's blind, what happens to their hearing? Yeah, it goes up. Like, God created, our human bodies are amazing. God created us in a way that our bodies can adjust. You can't see the car, you got to hear the car, right? I mean, it's amazing. And your body's the same. You just don't know until you get into a situation where you have to figure it out. Like, you might not have known, you probably didn't know before tonight, that if you're paralyzed on your left side, yeah, we can read minds. I can tell you guys don't believe me. Tell you what, clap if I read your mind before we got started tonight. Clap right now if I read your mind before. Okay, thank you. If you're not clapping, I'll see you after the show. I can read. A lot of people don't realize that, and it's, I get it. You're still, you know what? Clap if you want me to do it again. I'll do it right here. You guys want me to? I kind of knew you were skeptical, so what I did before you got here is I made some predictions. I put them in this big red envelope right here. I can't change them. You've seen this, been up here the whole time. So I'm going to read some minds. You can stay in your seat. Doesn't hurt, I don't think. Let's go. Okay, so I can see white blouse right here. Just wave at me. Okay, friends, so this is what I want you to just, now first of all, because this is going to blow people away, honestly, did we plan something together ahead of time? No, we've never even met. Okay, so I'm going to read your minds real easy. So first of all, what's your name? Amanda. That's correct. Did you see Amanda? She's like, isn't that crazy? But Amanda, would you believe there's people in here right now that don't believe? They're what we call skeptical, right? So we'll go on. I made some predictions, right? They're in here, right in this envelope right here. So let's go over to this side. We'll go to a young man with a jacket right here, friend. Just wave at me so you know you're looking at me. There we go. Awesome. Here's what I want you to do, friend. Think of a number, whatever, between 1 and 1,000, any number. Don't say it out loud. Do you have a number in your head? Cool. I made a prediction. I put it right here. Now, do you want to keep this number or change it? It's up to you. You're going to keep it? Okay, good. I've got my prediction right here. I can't change it. All I need you to do, friend, is be totally honest, right? Look right at me. The number that you're thinking of right now, yes or no? 814, yes or no? No? Oh, man. I'm sorry. Because I made a prediction like 3 hours ago, and I put it right here. I was right on, man. All right, so now we're at like 30% are like, that dude can read minds. Still some skeptical people in here. Let's do another one. Again, it's hard to see out here. Let's go, okay, I can see some long hair right back here. Just wave at me in the middle section, right? Or turn around and don't look at me, right here. Just wave at me so I know you're looking at me. She's not waving at me. Okay, we'll go with you that just waved at me. Let's switch. I knew she was going to do that, by the way. Here's what I'd like you to do, friend. Okay, we'll go with you. I want you to think of somebody famous, okay? But listen, when I say somebody famous, it doesn't matter how old anybody is in here, they would know who you're talking about, right? Like your favorite actor, but somebody big time famous. Do you have someone in your mind right now? Don't say it out loud. Do you have someone in your mind? Okay, cool. Friends, I have a photograph of the person she's about to say for the first time in the same envelope right here. Okay, friend, nice and loud for the first time. Who is your famous person? Elvis. Elvis. Since like 5 o'clock tonight, friends, there's been a picture right here of Elvis when he was 3 months old. It's amazing, right? Okay, good. Now we're at like 85%. That dude can read minds. I know. It's crazy. 15% of you aren't buying it, and you know who you are. This is what you just thought. You're like, whatever, dude. What if she said Denzel? Yeah, you were thinking that? That's cool. Jackie Chan got it covered, man. Don't worry about it. Don't encourage that. Don't encourage that, man. You got listen, humor is so powerful. You got to be positive, man. But again, it doesn't mean your life is all of a sudden perfect. Like, my life's not easy, right? I love my life. But I'm not young anymore, and I'm still single. I mean, I don't have a wife, but I do have a better half. No. I told you it wasn't going to stop. The point is, basically, I don't understand women. I really believe God's greatest creation, guys, am I wrong, is the woman. Every one of you is beautiful, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But you confuse me. Single women all say the same things, you know. They're just like, I just can't find Mr. Right. Really? How hard is this, right? You know, and life is about stories, right? You know, stories are what make life work. We just saw some great stories here. And I don't have a whole lot of time to tell you my story, but I can tell you a little bit. Like, I wasn't born paralyzed. It's just that I took that first COVID shot. Stay with me. Okay, they're freaking out right now, but listen, this is what just happened in this giant room, and you can tell me I'm wrong. Every single person in this room either loved that joke too much or hated the joke too much. Friend, this is what we all need to do. We need to let that go and love each other, man. It doesn't matter. I don't know if you wear a mask. I don't know if you're vaccinated. You know what? I don't care. I can love you, right? There's bigger things in the world, man, and there's big things like life that we get to celebrate tonight. But I still don't understand women. That doesn't help that at all. But I did meet a girl recently. I'll tell you this, because we're friends, right? Don't get excited. I met her on Tinder. Oh, come on. Think about it. If I do anything, I can swipe right, you know? Like everybody. She told me she had an hourglass figure. I didn't even know what that meant until she got there. She did. It was just a lot later than she thought it was. The guys are looking at their wife to see if they can laugh at that one. That's So I met a girl, right? And the first time we meet in person is you're a little nervous, right? So I get to her house, I knock on the door. We're just going to go to Starbucks. She says, hi, are you Derrick? I said, yes, I am. She says, can you walk my dog? Thank you. That doesn't make any sense. Ladies, that can't be the second question. All right, the second question is like, where are you from, right? You know, how long have you lived here? How did you find lastresort.com? Something. But she was cute, so I said I'd walk her dog. It gets worse. It was a Chihuahua. I don't know if I told you, but I grew up in New York, and it's not written down anywhere, but a dude doesn't walk a Chihuahua. That's all I'm saying. But I said I would. Now I'm stuck. It's me and Taco Bell, right? And this is when I actually had a house. I lived in Philly, right? You know, And I see my buddy walking his German Shepherd. And he's like, nice dog, Derrick. I'm like, shut up, man. There's nothing. He's got a bow and, whatever. He says, hey, man, let's get an ice cream. I said, yeah, there's a shop that we go to, right? I said, let me get rid of this dog. I'll be right back, right? These are the people I hang out with. He goes, nah, man, I do this all the time. Like, what are you talking about? He's got a German Shepherd, friends, on a leash, and my man just throws on a pair of sunglasses. You think I'm kidding? He goes into an ice cream shop with a German Shepherd and sunglasses, orders an ice cream cone, friends. They give it to him for free. I had no idea blind people got free ice cream in Pennsylvania. But I'm outside with Taco Bell. I'm like, no way. This guy's like, good thing you went to a 3D movie that day. I said, let me get a chocolate shake. Sir, we don't serve people with animals. I'm like, dude, it's my seeing eye dog. Really? A Chihuahua is a seeing eye dog? So I said, what? They gave me a Chihuahua? That's called looking on the right side. Let's say it again. Ready? Look. On the right side. Friends, there's no better way to look on the right side than to know that you have a God that loves you, made everything, makes zero mistakes. I love that, man. And this is something that Hope Setter understands and allows us to connect with and result in life. That's happening tonight, whether you like it or not, man. That's going to happen. That's huge. You know what? That makes you a hero, man. Because you're here, you're a hero. Not because you have certain, whatever. You are a hero because you're here. You're part of what's happening that is going to result in feet on this earth. That's crazy. I love that, man. So I spend some time studying when I get a gig. I want to figure out who this is and whatever. And I'm telling you, excellence is what I see in this place, and it is beautiful. So I want to talk about some heroes. And do I have a? Oh, there we go. And we're going to call them hope heroes because hope, right? And you listen, you guys are heroes. I can't teach you how to be a hero. The fact that you're here means that you are a hero. And I love that. And there's times in your life when you need a hero. There's times when you get to be a hero. Like tonight, man, you're going to get an opportunity to be a hero tonight. I'm going to tell you a little of my story. So the real story. This is the last picture I have of myself when my left arm worked. I was 14, 19, never mind. MVP'd in 5 sports. My parents love me. They're still married. 54 years. They're amazing. One of 4 kids. My brother calls me his half-brother. He thinks that's hilarious. But at this point in my life, man, things were great. I would go to bed, God, I got nothing to ask you for. Thank you. But can you make Kelly like me or whatever, And everything was great. And I had a chance to be a hero at this age because my parents were beautiful role models, and I volunteered at the Big Brother Club and all that kind of thing. I tried to be a hero at this age. I wanted to be. I love that. I saw the power of that. And then this happened. Just one day I had a headache. I went into a coma. The doctors don't know what happened. I went to the hospital. They told my parents that I would die that night. But I didn't, so that's pretty cool, right? I had to learn how to walk, talk, read, eat, everything all over like a baby. All from what the neurologist labeled random bleeding from point X for an unknown reason. Is this guy even a doctor? Look, I'm not mad at him. He did brain surgery and saved my life. But I don't think he really had to give me a scar in the shape of a question mark. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Permanent question mark. I think that's awesome. They don't know what happened to me. And I have a metal plate in my head because back then that's how they fused the bone. And that freaks me out. Because now I can change my mind with a magnet. You think that's cool? What's all over the refrigerator? I get home, I'm like, man, I'm starving. No, I'm not. But friends, this was a huge obstacle in my life. In life, you're going to have obstacles. There's no way around that. And in your today, you're going to have obstacles, big obstacles. Here's the cool thing, man. Those obstacles are opportunities. That's very motivational speakery, and I try not to be motivational speakery. But fast forward to after college, and I played basketball in the Philippines. And I'm not talking about like a special league or something. I played in the Philippines, and I got recruited, and I played in Mexico, like real basketball. You guys are looking at me like, dude, you're white, short, and handicapped. I know. I used my obstacles as opportunities, and I did that, man. And I went from being a hero to needing heroes really bad to having an opportunity to be a hero around the world. It was awesome. God loves you, man, and you're not a mistake. Every life connected to hope is not a mistake. Never forget that. And we have superpowers to help people to see that. So you guys, in my mind, are hope heroes. We're going to talk about what a hope hero is. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to heroes, I don't follow, like, Iron Man and all the cool ones, Thor, whatever I don't know. I don't watch those movies. I don't know enough about it. But I know that's obviously Spider-Man, right? And he looks cool, and he's all chiseled with the whatever. And I also knew I was going to be on a stage with that giant picture up there. So just for my own, I'm going to make it a little easier for me. I'm just going to change it just a little bit, if that's okay with you guys. Everyone in this room is a hero, man. There's no requirements of looking or being or whatever a certain way. We can be heroes, man. And everybody needs a hero at certain times in your life. I'm going to talk about your superpowers, friends. Listen to me. You have these superpowers. I'm not teaching you to have them. I want to remind you that you can flex these superpowers. When things seem crazy or there's no way that's not going to happen, you have the superpower. Don't forget it. The first superpower that you have, the Hope Hero superpower, is the head towards impossible. This is something that motivational speakers say. You can do anything you put your mind to, right? No, you can't. That's stupid. You can do anything you put your mind to. What if I put my mind to flying around this room right now? I'm just going to jump off stage and fly around. Is it going to happen? No, but wait, what if I really put my mind to it? What if I practice? What if I pray about it? No, it's never going to happen. There's things in your life, friends. There's things in my life. There are things in our friends' lives that walk through the doors of hopes that are impossible. Guess what? That's okay. It's not a mistake. There's things that are impossible, and that is okay. I try to use these things in my life that are impossible as motivation to get better. That not every kid in the school can be the fastest, not every kid in the school can be the smartest, but every kid on the planet can be faster and can be smarter. Listen, friends, lives are changing every single day. Just a conversation over at Seeds is changing a life, and you guys get a chance to be. There's so many ways. You heard two beautiful stories today. You got to see the videos and everything. That's happening every day with situations that were impossible. There's no way at your age you could never know adoption is going to ruin. No, it's impossible. Guess what? That's okay. People are going to tell you that things are impossible. That's okay. I'll tell you a story. There was a kid that was 11 years old, lost his left arm in a car accident. He wanted to do sports, and someone told him he could do judo. I don't know anything about judo, but this kid had a good attitude. A good what? I can't hear you. A good what? He had a good attitude. So he's like, all right, I'll take lessons. And the master teaches him one move over and over and over and over. He's like, Master, how come I'm only learning one? The master says one thing. He just says, trust me. The kid had a good attitude. He's like, all right, they're into this 5 months, and the master says, we're going to put you in the state competition for judo. And the kid's like, dude, I got 5 months. You've only taught me one move, and I have no left arm. And the master says the same thing. He says, trust me. Kid's got a good attitude. He's like, all right, it's a free trip. I'll lose, but it'll be fun, whatever. I'll get some exercise. So he goes to this tournament, and he wins the first round. Nobody can figure it out. Second, third, he wins. He gets to the championship match, friends, and he wins the entire tournament against a kid that's never lost. Can you imagine the celebration? The trophy's bigger than him and everything, right? He's in the locker room, just him and his master afterwards. And he's like, Master, man, this is the best experience of my life. But I don't get it. These kids have done it their whole life. I have 5 months. You've only taught me one move, and I have no left arm. And the master looks at him. He says, son, I taught you that move for 2 reasons. Number 1, it is the most effective move in all of judo. And number 2, the only defense against that move is to grab your opponent's left arm. Isn't that awesome? Listen, friends, you and me, this is what we're doing in our life. We're all doing it. We're looking for our left arm. Man, if I was married, if I had that position, if I got to this level, if my kids would stop doing this, if I this, then I'd be happy, then I'd be... Listen, there's nothing wrong with those questions. I want to encourage you to have those questions and direct them to a Father that loves you. There's nothing wrong with those questions. All I'm telling you, friends, is all of us, guess what? We have a master, and he's saying one thing. He's saying, trust me. He's on your team, man. He's got your back. He created everything. He makes no mistakes. I don't know why I'm paralyzed. I know that he loves me, and I know it's not a mistake. Listen, if God was small enough to be understood, he wouldn't be big enough to be worshiped, man. Our job is not to understand why that happened or why this happened. I believe our God is perfect. I don't know why cancer exists. I don't know why abortion even exists. I don't know. But I trust him, man. That's our job, and that's beautiful. We're simple. I mean, Jesus called us sheep. What's the stupidest animal on the planet? Ask any farmer. It's sheep. They're dumb. He knew we needed it simple, and he made it simple for us, man. We got to trust. And there's going to be impossible things in your life. You know, judo competition, one arm seems impossible. You know what else could seem impossible, friends? You heard some stories. There's no way, not me, I can't. It wouldn't be fair to it seems impossible. Friends, we can run towards the impossible and use that as motivation. And what happens is priceless, like a bubble. This can happen. Put a price on that. You can't. It's impossible. Friends, we talked about a soap bubble being valuable. I want to talk about just a couple of things that happen at a place that you get to be a part of tonight. Look at that. Can you even absorb? It's breathtaking. And then I went over to Seeds, and it's what is it called, a boutique? But it's more boutique than it is thrift, I'll say that, right? I mean, would you agree with that? I mean, it's a beautiful place. It's done with excellence. There's a way that you, friend, in this room right now, I don't know why you're here. I don't know who brought you. I don't know what table, I don't know any of that stuff. And you know it's a fundraiser. Maybe you don't have any money. That's okay. Guess what? You have a fat wallet. And you know what might be in that wallet? 3 hours a week. Or the ability to fold clothes. Whatever. Everyone in this room, man, can participate in a beautiful place with a result of life. Everybody in this room. I don't know how. That's up to you and God. Figure it out. Man, but there's beautiful ways that you have superpowers. Things are impossible. Here's what I noticed about heroes. They're happy. You guys are heroes. You want to be a hero? Heroes are happy. So I study this stuff. I'm a little weird, right? I'm writing a book right now, and I talk about how you can be happy. And I've come up with, and this is just Derrickology. This isn't like something that someone else said or anything. I think there's 3 guaranteed ways that we could be happy. Like people, and I'm not talking about joy in your core, like that God can provide for us, but just happy. People are trying to be happy. My observation of the world is there's 3 ways we can do this. The first one is to be a dog. Leave your dog at the house with the lights off and no food for 2 days. What does he do when you get home? You're awesome. Let's go play, man. Dogs are happy. This is just Derrickology. But I got some bad news, friend. If you're not a dog now, I don't think you're going to be able to be a dog. But you're good. There's 2 more. I got 2 more, right? Second way, guaranteed way to be happy. Now listen, I'm not making fun of anything. This is just my observation of this beautiful world that God created. Who is happy? Who has more joy than me? The second way, of guaranteed way to be happy is to have Down syndrome. Have you ever had the privilege of hanging out with a friend, an angel, that has that extra chromosome? Man, my grandfather was one of the most wise people I've ever met. And he said, Derrick, they don't have an extra chromosome. I'm like, what? He goes, no, you're missing it. He called it the love chromosome. Isn't that beautiful, man? And who's happier? Right? On a surface level, who's happier? Friend, I got some bad news. If you don't have it right now, sorry, you're probably not going to be able to get it. But we got one more guaranteed way, Derrickology, that you can be happy. That is to choose generosity, friends. Think about the most generous person you've ever met. There's no way I could know who you're thinking about right now, but I would bet my car that person is happy. That's just truth, man. That's not Derrickology. That's truth. I love when the psychology discovers things that Jesus talked about 2,000 years ago. Isn't that awesome? You know, joy, you get joy from generosity. Yeah, no kidding, right? You know, I love that. This is a superpower, man. You can't be something that you're not. You can't have something that you don't have. Can you choose something? Yeah. When? Every Sunday? No. Every minute of every day, you can choose generosity. You just admitted that it gives you joy, right? So here's what I want to encourage you, friends. You want to flex your superpower? This is what it is. It rhymes with choose. You need to ooze. I just like making 700 people say ooze generosity. Ready? 1, 2, 3. ooze. That's just fun for me. Have you ever been around somebody who does this? Who's like that? The person you just thought about? How does that make you feel? Even if they're not being generous to you directly, man, generosity gives you joy, gives the recipient joy, and friends, it can give the world joy. I'm not making this up. Let me tell you a story that illustrates it. My family, we love cereal. It's just kind of a weird thing. We like cereal. You know, sometimes 3 meals a day. We used to have it when we were kids. But we never had Fruit Loops. We had like loops of fruit. It was black and white, or it was that big pillow on the bottom row, you know. And we still now I'm old, and my brother and sister, we all love cereal still, right? So that was probably 6 or 8 years ago now. My sister lives here, or somewhere like at Alpharetta, right? She's got 4 kids. A couple times a year I come here, I drive with her up to New York to visit the folks. Because, you know, the plane tickets are crazy expensive, right? For 6 people, her husband can't take the time off of work, Uncle Derrick doesn't have a job, whatever. But we're doing this trip, and of course you put them in the van in their pajamas at 4 a.m., right? So they sleep for a while. They start waking up, and my sister, she's so creative, Christy, she goes, let's have a cereal picnic when they start waking up. Because I'm thinking, she packed a cereal picnic, that's awesome. She didn't, she just said this, and the kids are like, cereal picnic, you know, and I'm like, cereal picnic, like this is gonna be awesome. But there's nothing, so I get off the exit, and the only thing there is a Dollar General, okay? And it's not one of the good ones, you know what I mean? You know you'll drive 15 minutes to get to the clean one, right? And the kids are like, Uncle Derrick, can we have Fruity Pebbles? I'm like, yes, I am Uncle Derrick, we can have Fruity Pebbles. Does Dollar General have Fruity Pebbles? No, what do they have? Fruity Bites. It sounds like something you get in the Amazon, right? Got the Fruity Bites. I bought a big box of Fruity Bites, bowls, spoons, milk. We're going to the picnic table to have a cereal picnic, right? Mm-hmm. You know what else Dollar General doesn't have? Picnic tables. I didn't know. You think I care? No. I'm Uncle Derrick, man. This is my nephew, Charlie. Yes, those are pajamas, jacked up hair, and a paper bowl of Fruity Bites. Get over it, man. Here's my niece, Kelly. All right, put your phone away before you call Child Protective Services, man. Look at the smile on her face, man. We are having a cereal picnic. Here's me. My cereal at this moment is on top of a trash can. Fruity Bites on a trash can, man. I don't care, you know, it's all. What I didn't know, I took this picture. You see that red minivan pulling up there? There's no way I could have known this. That van parks in the front of that Dollar General, and this sweet woman gets, I'm gonna guess she's like 75 years old, right? She slowly walks up to the front door of that same Dollar General, man. I'll never forget this. And she gets to that door, and she gives us money. She squeezes my sweet sister's hand, who I promise you has more money than her. And she says 3 things that changed my life. She said, it's okay. I'm your friend. My name's Alice. I love this. She's an angel, right? And just to honor her, let's say those 3 things together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's okay. I'm your friend. My name's Alice. Listen to me. This woman did not have a lot of money. She made a decision to ooze generosity. And my sweet sister, who I guarantee has more money, she's like, oh, sweetie, no, we're having a cereal picnic. Now she thinks we're poor and crazy. And she just wouldn't let go. She's like, it's okay, I'm your friend, my name. And I'm the big brother, right, Uncle Derrick, I gotta fix this. So I go over there to fix it and tell her she's awesome, but really, we're good. I get within 5 feet and milk is pouring out of my nose. So needless to say, we kept the money. Why do I tell you this story? Friends, listen. Sweet Alice chose to ooze generosity. You can choose that right now, any minute of any day, and you are gonna get an incredible opportunity to ooze generosity tonight in a way that results in life. In what? Say it with me, life. That's what we're here for, friends, life. Life's changed and life saved because you're here. Sweet Alice, I mean, it gives you joy to be generous. Think about that. That's the way that we're designed. It gives the recipient joy, it can give the world joy. Do you think that it made Alice happy to help this homeless family? She still remembers it, I guarantee. You think it made us happy? I mean, we were in tears for 300 miles. How are we going to put this on Facebook, you know? And it gives the world joy. Think about it. We get to the next stop. The kids are like, why are you laughing? They didn't even know what happened, right? And we tell them, and then friends, check this out. It gives the world joy. As a family, we decided to give that money to a guy in Pennsylvania that really needed it. We think. I mean, maybe he's in Alpharetta tonight, like this crazy family in pajamas gave me money. I don't know. The point is, friends, I have told this story with those pictures to tens of thousands of people, literally around the globe. And every one of them felt the joy that you just felt. Why? Because sweet Alice decided to use her superpower of oozing generosity. And it wasn't a lot of money, and it wasn't a lot of effort. Tonight, man, you have an opportunity to flex that same superpower in ways that are going to change you, the recipient, and the world. Man, I hope you're getting this. We are so blessed. So you want to be a hero, right? Who doesn't want to be a hope hero? There's some things that I think you got to do if you want to be a hope hero. The first thing, you want to be a hope hero, you need to love somebody. That's a little counterintuitive, right? But that's how it works, man. That's how we're created. You want to feel joy, love somebody. But Derrick, I want to be a big hero. All right, that's cool. I like that. You want to be a big hero? You need to love somebody that doesn't expect it. Not your kid, not your dog, not the people that are closest to you, but somebody that's different than you. Right? That's different. Have you ever been loved by someone that you didn't expect to get love from? How did that feel? That's what happens when people walk through the door at Hope. You want to be a superhero, like a big-time superhero, friends? Love somebody that doesn't deserve it. Have you ever been loved when you didn't deserve it? Just remember how that feels. This is what happens daily. You want to be a superhero, you have an opportunity to connect with an organization that is demonstrating this. I call this loving wastefully. It's on my business card, love wastefully, right? It sounds like I'm from the 60s. It's not that. What if there was a new bank, okay? Bank of Derrick, right? And you got a new debit card. I'm just making this up. Stay with me. And the debit card works like this. When you spend $100, $400 is put in your bank account. Anybody want that debit card? Yeah, that would be awesome, right? Now, let's say you have that debit card, right? Stay with me, I'm just making this up. And we all went to lunch. 700 of us went to lunch. Whose lunch are you going to pay for? Say it again. Everybody's, of course. You just made 40 grand. You're going to pay for everybody's lunch. That's natural. That's how you would spend on that debit card. Well, friends, that debit card doesn't exist. But love is the only thing on the planet that actually works that way. And it's not 4 times. It's 1,000,000 times more. We get an opportunity to love wastefully through an amazing organization that is doing this day to day. You get to do this. You get to personify. This is the superpower that I want to talk about, loving wastefully. I want to be a guy that personifies loving wastefully. I'm not telling you that I am, but I study this. I practice. I surround myself with people that do this. My family, I told you about my family. My brother calls me his half-brother. You know, my sister. My parents are awesome. I've got another sister. And you might be related to somebody like this. She's amazing. Like, everybody knows my sister, right? You know, like I travel around the world. I get a big head, and then I meet somebody, and they're like, oh, that's Julie's brother. Because my sister is beautiful. She's funny. She's successful. She owns her own business. She lights up a room. Everybody knows my sister. And she is that beautiful, right? But here's the coolest part. She's here. Would you guys like to meet my beautiful sister, Julie? She doesn't need me. This is my awesome sister, Julie. You got the microphone? Cool. Do you want me to hold it? Okay, here you go. So Julie wrote down some thoughts as we were talking about this, and we got to spend some time with our amazing new friends here. You ready?
Yep. Hi, my name is Julie Tennant, and the microphone's in my way. Just kidding.
What did you say?
Making a joke. Making a joke.
We're still siblings.
All right, let me try this again. Hi, my name is Julie Tennant, and I'm Derrick's sister. Obviously, I am smarter, better looking, and funnier than he is.
That's not in your talk.
Yes, it is.
Oh, man.
I have Down syndrome, and I love my life. Oh, my gosh.
There's a lot of people out there, isn't there?
Down syndrome means I have an extra chromosome that nobody else in my family has.
She brags that she got a chromosome that I didn't get, but you didn't get it either, man.
My grandpa called it a love chromosome, and my grandpa is very smart. Derrick says it makes me, oh boy. Derrick says it makes me his hero. I love that. Every hero,
You got it.
every hero has obstacles though. Like sometimes when a woman gets pregnant, she can have a test to, let me try this again.
You got it.
Like sometimes when a woman gets pregnant, she can have a test to see if her baby will have Down syndrome, like me. Some people say that kind of baby scares me and I want an abortion. That makes me very sad. Abortion means you take a baby out of the mommy before they even get a chance to play, laugh, or anything. Remember, every single life deserves a hope hero or two. Even Down syndrome lives, right?
That's right.
Hope Center helps us see what value every single life. A great way to value life is, like Derrick said, to be generous. Very generous.
Whenever we talk about generosity, Julie says the way to be generous is what?
Very generous.
And you got to do the hand motion, right? So I think we should all do it today. Ready? On the count of 3, how generous are you going to be tonight? Come on. Very generous. Okay. Skip to right there. This part. Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did he say
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh, wait, you skipped a bunch.
Right there. No, right here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to edit her talk that she wrote in front of
It's
you.
okay. All right, Down syndrome also means slow to learn, but that's not bad as long as you are learning something, right?
Right.
But I see them as a wonderful opportunity to learn, grow, and love. You see, everybody is slow in some things. That's just part That's just part of being special.
That's right.
Like Derrick.
Oh, no.
He is slow to ladies. That's why he's still single.
I can't argue with that.
And besides, I'd rather be slow to learn than slow to love.
Hey, that should be on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'd rather be slow to learn than slow to love. That's awesome.
I am so glad to be here with my awesome friends in Woodstock, Georgia.
Woo!
We get to hang out, laugh, and we can all be a hope hero together. Now that's just cool, man.
Cool, man. That should be on a shirt, too.
It is, dude.
Oh, that's right.
I think all babies and even old people like some of you. You guys are awesome. and now I have just one more thing to say. You might not have the love chromosome like me, but I love my life, and you can too.
Here you go. Turn around.
Oh,
She
yeah.
asked me to put a picture of her dog in the thing, and he just got a haircut, so that's Hooper. And he loves wastefully, right?
Yeah.
You miss him, don't you?
Yeah.
One more superpower, friends, is to embrace the opportunity. We have an opportunity tonight that's going to change and save lives. Tell me every life isn't valuable. Man, are we blessed to be connected to this organization. Just a little reminder of some of the things that we get to participate in. Tell you one more story. You talk about embracing opportunity. This is, you know who that is up there, Jewel?
My buddy Eric Sawyer from the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's Eric. He also has the love chromosome, and Eric is what we call a player. He'll go up to any lady in here and be like, "Hey, baby." And then instantly you'll be like, "Oh, you're so cute," you know, which is not fair, because I do that and it's like creeper. And Julie, do you like dating and all that kind of stuff?
No.
No. I love that. As a big brother, she wants nothing to do with dating. But do you love Eric?
Yes.
They're
I
buddies.
do.
So we're at dinner one night, and it was actually the night this picture was taken. I want you to learn from these two. Eric walks around the table, goes over next to my sister, gets down on one knee, kisses your hand, right? And in his gruff voice in front of both of our families, he goes, "Marry me." What did Dad say?
Time out.
And he's right there on one knee in front of both of our families. And I look at my sister, who looks at me and then looks at Eric, and what did you say?
How about high five?
Were you making fun of Eric?
No, he's my buddy.
He's your buddy. You love Eric. Is something in
Yeah.
your eye?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you.
Well, I mean, I'm not. Okay.
I don't know what got in my eye.
Sorry. Listen, friends, learn from Julie. She was not making fun of Eric. She was in a situation that she wanted nothing to do with. And her flawless heart was like, "I want to give him something." And do you like high fives?
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah, she loves high fives. So she's thinking high five marriage, and it's the same thing, right? So here's the lesson, friends. Life is going to hand you situations that you want nothing to do with. Love and loving wastefully is never the wrong answer. But learn from Eric, too, because he's down on one knee, and he just got rejected. Men, can you imagine? And this is what Eric does. He goes, "All right." And then we got ice cream. Because sometimes life isn't as bad as we think it is. We just need to high five and get some ice cream. Can I get an amen? Friends, we have an opportunity tonight to do something that is going to change and save lives. You have superpowers. Do not forget that you have superpowers. Sometimes it seems like, not today, there's no way, not anymore. You can head towards the impossible. You can ooze generosity. Say it with me. Ooze generosity. You can personify what my sister makes me see, loving wastefully. And tonight we have a chance to embrace the opportunity. That's hope. Friends, this is big. Thank you so much for letting us be just a small part of tonight. Julie wanted me to tell you, I know we got to roll, but we have a business. It's called Julie's Cool Shirts. .com, right? Yeah. And we were going to do a discount code for you to have a discount, but we changed it. We're talking today. If you buy anything in like the next 3 or 4 days at juliescoolshirts.com, we're giving 100% of the profit to Hope, because we love what is happening here, and this is real, friends. And you guys get a chance to do something too. She's got a couple hats out there too. Same thing, right? If you want to come say hi and get a hat, that's just a small way, but yeah, right? But thank you so much for letting us be just a small part of this amazing evening where lives are going to be saved and changed. You guys are awesome. You have superpowers. Never forget that. Thank you. You ready?
Thank you. Let's hear it for Derrick and Julie. Amazing. So great to meet them and get to know them, and what an encouragement. I think I'm going to start saying, I'm just serious. Is that what you were saying? I'm totally serious, thank you. Well, there's really not a lot I can add to what Derrick and certainly what Julie said. I love, was it very generous? Real generous. And that's exactly the opportunity that we get at this point. With all we've heard this evening, you're eager and likely eager to hear how you fit in to all of this. How can you be a part of the life-saving and equipping work of the Hope Center? We have some families here this evening who wanted to share their thanks on behalf of all the moms and dads and babies that we serve here at the Hope Center. Thank y'all so much for that message, and thank you to everyone for your support of the Hope Center ministry as we continue to equip pregnant women to choose life. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Big round of applause. Thank you. So in a few moments, not quite yet, I want to ask our table host to distribute the financial appeal forms. And once we've had a chance to cover the basics, we have a special guest who will come and be singing for us as we ask the Lord to guide our giving tonight. To show the efficiency of the organization, and Derrick shared a couple of these little factoids with you in his presentation, we've included some donation equivalencies on the screen during the night and on the back of the table assignment cards you received at registration. Our most important request this evening is that you would consider becoming a Life Champion donor. Remember, Cindy mentioned the fact that Life Champion donors are so important to the Hope Center. In fact, in 2021, our monthly donors, Life Champions, provided close to 30% of the Hope Center's financial support. Life Champions are foundational to every life saved, and as Cindy mentioned, we have some generous donors that have provided a $30,000 matching grant for new Life Champion donors. And that means when you pledge a monthly amount to the Hope Center, let's say $100, that annualized amount of $1,200 effectively becomes a $2,400 gift, thanks to that $30,000 matching grant. Our goal tonight, just to lay it on the table, is to welcome 50 new Life Champions to partner with the Hope Center ministry. So we're asking you to please prayerfully consider that and help us reach, and I would ask to even go further than that, but definitely to meet that goal tonight. So you can use the donation form that your table host will be passing out, or you can use the QR code on your table sign for your convenience. There's only one exception to using the code. If you are renewing or increasing a monthly commitment, please use the form rather than the QR code. We want to avoid a double charge for you this month if you're already a Life Champion monthly donor. So, table host, are you ready? now's the time to distribute the appeals form and the envelopes. There are pens available in your large envelopes as well. And as you begin to pass those around and take a look at it, you'll see that at the top of the form, we're just looking for some personal information from you. So if you will take a moment to fill in the personal information, actually at the bottom of the form. Every investment in life matters, so we'll ask you to finish our time together by making your 2 best, most generous investments tonight. That's your monthly commitment and a one-time gift for this evening. Whatever the Lord has laid on your heart to invest in the Hope Center ministry. And perhaps you'd like to be among several of our donors that double their investment through employer matching gifts. We can talk with you about that as well. So as we take a few moments, we want to pray and complete our forms. And while we're doing that, and while you're doing that, we'd like to ask Donna Chapelier to bless us in a song. She is going to come and sing for us as you prayerfully decide the commitment that you want to make tonight for the Hope Center. And now at this time, Donna, if you'll come and sing for us. I want to thank Donna for sharing her gift with us this evening in a very special time of contemplation and dedication to our Lord and to the Hope Center and the work that he's doing through the Hope Center. So table host, we'd like to ask you to collect your guest envelopes, place them in the large envelope, and then return the large envelope to the Hope Center staff with the black baskets at the exit doors as you leave this evening. And a final note for our table host, this event wouldn't happen without you, and we could never appropriately express our gratitude to you for being a champion for life alongside this ministry. So please don't forget that the table centerpiece is yours to take home tonight as an expression of our gratitude. And thank you to everyone in this room for joining us tonight as we celebrate life, celebrate hope, celebrate the opportunities that God has given us for a moment such as this in our lives, in this community, across our state, and across our country. Again, this is a dynamic, exciting time, but it's going to mean greater demand on the Hope Center. And so we are so glad that we had this amazing crowd, over 700 people here tonight to hear the story. But as I said before, there's come and see, and now we're entering the go and tell. We want you to share the story of the Hope Center with your neighbors, your church, your friends, family. Get everyone involved. And as Derrick said so well, we all have time that we can commit, and they need volunteers on a regular basis at the Hope Center. So see someone tonight on the staff for more details on that. But thank you so much for being here. I'm going to call on Pastor Chuck Ramsey, who is going to come and close us out this beautiful evening with a benediction for all of us. Pastor Chuck.
Thank you. It's a joy for me to be here tonight. It's a real honor, and I know you're ready to go, but just let me say these two things. My wife and I and our 7 kids spent the last 20 years on the other side of 400, and recently the Lord delivered us back to Woodstock, and so we're thrilled to be a part of the Cherokee County family and to be here tonight. And it was this summer, some people in our church, Krista McAuliffe, Jerry Smith, and Laura Hagler, invited me to come in early August to do a devotion with the staff at Hope Center. And I was so moved by that time together. And Derrick nailed it. I mean, everything is done with excellence. And I was moved for a number of reasons, as I think we all are. I mean, can you believe what the Supreme Court did in September? We have people like you in this room for years and decades. We have prayed. And I think all of us would be honest. We weren't sure. I mean, we know God is a God of miracles and he answers prayer. But we saw the Supreme Court this summer overturn Roe v. Wade. And what an incredible opportunity we now have before us. Is God good or what? And so I just want to commend all of you, and it's a real joy for me to be here. Can we pray together? Father, thank you for this amazing ministry, Hope Center. Thank you for the people, the visionary that founded it, that lead it, and for the untold thousands of volunteers around North Atlanta who give and participate. We thank you, Lord, that even though as it seems our world is crumbling and falling apart, you are still God. You are answering prayer. And when we look and see, we see that you are at work. And we pray that tonight, I ask that, Lord, you would move upon our hearts as we seek to honor you, Lord. And we pray, Lord, that more than what is asked for or needed, we pray that Hope Center, that you would provide every need. You are our Jehovah Jireh. You are our provider. So we ask, Lord, that you would bless them. And I pray every person in this room that gives generously, that you would bless them for it. It's in your name we pray, and let all the people say amen.
All right. Welcome to our new life champions. We're walking in faith and trusting that we made it to our 50, maybe even more. Again, please talk with our folks here at the Hope Center if you would like to volunteer or be involved in any additional ways in the ongoing ministry. Happens right across the street, right here in Woodstock, Georgia, in metropolitan Atlanta. We are so thankful for what God is doing. Have a great night. Drive carefully. See you next year. One clarification, if our table host could take the white envelopes to the volunteers at the entrance. If you could take your white envelopes to the volunteers, our staff and volunteers at the entrance to the church. We need those white envelopes from you, please. Thanks.